click the link below or go straight to mr.locario.com to get the documentary Game Kings, The Definition of Game. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So I got an email from a subscriber, and the subscriber sent a donation. So thanks for your donation. And remember, guys, if you want to guarantee that your question will be answered, make sure you click the link below and send a donation. So this one says, I'm from the UK. I don't have an issue with my looks or anything like that, but confidence wise, I'm stuck in regards to women, seeing as the clubs have been shut down due to COVID. This would be my main place to meet them, or the workplace. I know it's not wise, but I might be finished with doing that type of stuff at work. But I'm concerned this may turn into the longest drought ever. Online dating apps don't interest me in the slightest. And even if I was successful, the last 2 sex sessions went so badly, it plays on my mind. I'm nervous when I see an attractive girl and I tense up. I'm in my early 30s and tired of this shit. Any thoughts or advice, right? So now I hit him up because I was like, I need to get some more information because, I feel like there was a lot of stuff missing here. So I said to him, before I do this video, I want to know what made the last 2 sex sessions or situations bad. And I also want to know about the online thing. I said, did you meet these women online? And then I also asked him, I said, why do you think you get nervous and tense up around these women, right? So then he responds to me and he says, so in both cases, sex did happen, but it didn't last long at all. Usually I'd be able to recover and go again. But in the first case, I was absolutely finished. And in the second case, I tried to reinitiate, but she was also done. I met both of these women in real life. So I suppose my statement about not wanting to do online apps doesn't matter. As that just leaves cold approach anyway. As for your last question, if I'm honest, I'm afraid to act in case I'm successful with the approach. And then later down the line, the same thing happens again when it comes to sex. All right. So first of all, when it comes to answering his question about, or his concerns about it being a long drought because of COVID. And, he was saying, hey, I don't really like to do online dating and I would cold approach at these places, but they're not popping off and all that other stuff. What I want to say to that first is that, again, you guys have to remember that when it comes to this game, you have to be able to do things in different situations, right? So you want to make sure that your cold approach game is on point, right? But you also want to make sure your online dating game is on point. You understand? Get your social media game on point. Get your social circle game on point. You understand what I'm saying? You want to get everything on point because let's say, for example, like, the bars and the clubs ain't really popping off like they should right now because of this COVID stuff, right? So then you want to be like, okay, cool. I can still holler at chicks online. You understand what I'm saying? Or I can still, get a chick through a social circle because I know this person and knows that person, whatever it is, right? Or I can still holler at girls in the street or whatever it is. You understand? You want to be able to have different, avenues to make things go down, right? So the thing is, you don't want to just focus on one thing. Now, there may be one thing that you like more than the others, which is cool, but you still want to be well versed in everything. You understand? Because he's like, hey, online dating is not his thing, but he should still actually try it because he's like, it doesn't interest him, but he still should basically make that happen. Now, the main thing that I want to talk about in this video, though, is this is something that, hurts a lot of guys in the game and why things are not going to go well for you if you sort of let certain things stop you. Right now, he's basically saying that, the last 2 times he had sex, it didn't really go as good or go as well as he wanted it to. Right. And now, because of those situations, right, it's sort of stopping him from making other things happen. You understand? Because he said, I'm afraid to act in case I'm successful with their approach, and then later down the line, the same thing happens again when it comes to sex. So because of those last 2 situations that he had when it came to the sex with the girls, right? That's stopping him from actually making things happen with the next girl, right? So now he's afraid, he's scared to actually make moves and make stuff happen because of what happened before, right? So this extends to a lot of different situations that a lot of guys have with women. This is why a lot of guys are afraid of dealing with women, because we could even take it to something as simple as approaching a girl and getting rejected, right? So a guy may approach 2 or 3 girls and he gets rejected, and now he's afraid to go and approach another girl because of what happened with those 2 or 3 rejections, right? A guy may have been in a relationship with a woman who he loved and, you know, he cared for, and let's say she broke up with him and now he got his heart broken and stuff, and now he's afraid to get close to another woman. You understand? Now, in this guy's situation, he, you know, had 2 sex situations that didn't turn out how he expected it. You understand? It wasn't really that great, you know, in his opinion. And now he's afraid to actually interact with women and approach them because he's like, if their approach is successful and she wants to make something happen, then I'm kind of nervous about the sex situation turn into, you know, whack stuff again. You understand what I'm saying? And so what I would tell this guy and what I would tell all of you guys listening is that do not let the situations that happened in the past stop you from making better situations that's gonna, you know, occur in the future, right? Because what happens is that you're making that hold you back. You understand? You're making those situations hold you back. You're replaying those situations in your mind. You're like, oh man, the last time this happened, so I don't really know. And a lot of times it's really, you know, an ego thing. It's you know, you're trying to protect your ego. You don't want to. You start to feel bad about yourself based off of these situations. So, for example, if a guy is, you know, getting rejected, he's feeling bad about himself because he's getting rejected, and so he fears approaching another woman. This is why a lot of guys want to wait for choosing signals. A lot of guys ain't really trying to cold approach because they have that fear of getting rejected. And they remember the last few times they got rejected, they didn't like how it felt, so they don't want to deal with it. And so this guy, he, you know, had sex in those 2 situations. He didn't like how it felt as far as how it went. And now he doesn't want to feel that same feeling again. He doesn't want to be in that same situation again. But see, this is the problem with this. The problem with this is that you still are going to have the desire to interact with women. You're going to have the desire to have sex again. You're going to have the desire to make it happen. So you're going to make it happen at some point eventually, right? But this is the crazy part, is that if you are continuously, you know, making this a big deal, or you're letting your fear stop you, right? Then what's going to happen is that even when you do get in them situations again, you're going to be so anxious. You're going to have that anxiety there. And that's the thing that's going to cause the situation to not be great again, right? Because I don't know exactly specifically what happened in this situation. You know, I think he said, you know, at one point he didn't last long. You know, because he said sex did happen, but he said it didn't last long. He said I usually be able to recover, go again. He said in the first case he was finished. Second case he tried to reinitiate, and then she was also done. So either, you know, he probably, you know, nutted quickly or whatever, or he could have got soft and wasn't able to get hard again, whatever it is, right? And you know, those specific things that could be causing that to happen, that's something he needs to investigate and look at, so that he can make those situations better for him. Because let's say, for example, it's a situation where he's, you know, nutting too quick, he's coming too quick or whatever, right? You know, then he has to, you know, notice that and recognize that and work on that. You understand? Or let's say he's not able to keep his dick hard or whatever, right? Then again, that's something he needs to look into. He needs to say, okay, is this something that's a mental thing? Is it an actual physical thing I need to go to the doctor for? Whatever it is. I don't know exactly what the situation is. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing is that he has to take into account what's going on in that situation, so that he can make the situation better for next time. Sometimes it could be a situation where, let's say, let's say, for example, his, he couldn't stay hard or whatever, or he couldn't get it back up for whatever reason. There might be times where that happens because you may not necessarily be attracted to the girl you're dealing with or whatever like that. You understand? So there's so many different reasons and situations as to why those things will occur, right? But in any of these situations where things are not happening like you want it to happen, right, and then you feel a certain type of way, don't make that stop you, right? And again, you have to investigate, what's going on. So like if you're approaching girls and you keep getting rejected and now you're scared to approach women because you got rejected, you got to think and say, okay, why am I so scared of the rejection? What are some things that I could do where I can probably interact with women better so I'm not getting rejected as much? You understand? Like those things you have to think about and you have to investigate and you have to look at. You understand? But at the end of the day, what I want to tell you guys is that the reason why you're scared to deal with these women is because of past situations and circumstances you were in when you were dealing with women, and you're letting those situations stop you from actually progressing and making things happen. You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, do not let that stop you. You understand? Keep going, and work on whatever it is that you think may be, a thing in a situation that's, wrong with the situation. Like you're saying, in this situation, it's a sex thing, and you got to work on that and see what it is. What is it about him in this situation that he needs to work on to make it a better situation? But what he shouldn't do, and what you guys shouldn't do, is you should not stop yourself from continuing to progress and to make things happen. All right. So that's pretty much it. Listen, guys, if you have any questions, click the link below and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Click the link below and get your bad boy gear. Get the t-shirts, Submissive Women Are Sexy, Binary as Fuck, and I'm God to These Hoes. Click the link below to get your bad boy gear today. Now, before you go, click the link below and go to badboymembership.com. Now, badboymembership.com is a place where you go to get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Listen, I know you're tired of being rejected. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of being afraid to approach women. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of not getting the women that you want. Go to badboymembership.com. Listen, I know you're tired of being alone on a Friday night. Go to badboymembership.com. Now picture this. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com, follow the steps, learn the game, implement the game, and then you will get the woman you want. Make sure you go to badboymembership.com today. Click the link below.